Moist Critical, Wet Critical, turned off his YouTube monetization.
He did?
He turned it
Wait,
off.
why would he do that?
He said
You about to see?
he's earned enough money because and he just doesn't need any more money. He just does not need any more money. Now, before I show you the actual number, what do you think enough money? What's enough money for you to stop doing content creation? And I'm talking about over like a, let me see it. It's not over a long period of time. Let's say like a 5-year span or whatever the case may be. 8-year span.
You're asking me how much I made in 8 years, or you're asking me what dollar amount would make me quit? I got confused.
You make X amount of dollar over the next 8 years.
100 million. 100 million. I'm like, yeah, I'm Conor McGregor. Sorry. I'm chilling at that point.
I don't need 100 mil.
To quit?
To quit?
Yeah. What do you? What would be the number to make you say, "No, I'm good"?
Yeah, I could pursue other stuff.
What's the retire from content number?
Probably like a tenth of that, even. Because I feel like at some point when you cross that million threshold, I know some people may say 1 million, but when you know you have $1 million business, you want to like pursue that a little longer. You don't want to just stop at $1 million. It's $1 million business. Once you get 10 mil, once you hit the 8-digit, all right. I've done it.
Okay. Moist Critical has made from 2007 to today $35 million on YouTube alone. Just YouTube alone.
Hey, I'm coming down on the prices right, baby. I'm good at this game.
His Twitch earnings, I think they said were about 6 million or something like that. If I do these numbers, that math correctly, he shows his earnings. Right. That's the 55 1 year. That's 1. That's 4. And then all together, it's crazy. It just goes like, boom. Some of these days, boy. They said there's no day after a certain number where he does not make under 10 bands a day.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Capitalism, man. Shout out W capitalism.
In the TSO tier. Oh, bye. In the TSO tier list, content creator tier list, he would be in the look at me. He'd be in the look at me tier, man. Easy. I'm Moist Critical. I just 10 bands a month without even having to do anything. All right, man. Rich bastard.
You muted Omar.
You are muted.
What about now? I bet.
Don't he got esports league? Does he have an esports league?
Does he?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I'm not sucking off Moist.
He does? See, that's why 10 M's I'm leaving, because you can have other businesses at that point. Continue the convo.
Well, I think it's overall about the whole money. I want to hear a little bit as to why he says he's not turning it back on.
Let's hear it.
First, before I cannonball into the spaghetti and meatballs of today's topic, I'd like to let you all know I've been actively working on my Mickey Mouse impression, so please let me know your thoughts. Pluto! So with that out of the way, I'm going to show you all of my analytics from my lifetime of being on YouTube and almost a decade of being on Twitch. Now, the reason for this is, a week ago I made a video called I'm Turning It Off, and in that video I'm explaining why I'm disabling any and all means of people having the ability to donate money to me. No more super chats, no more YouTube memberships, for all intents and purposes, no more bits on Twitch. I say all intents and purposes because you can't actually fully disable that on Twitch. Once you start streaming on there, you're fucking shackled to the bits ecosystem. It cannot be turned off, so I made the minimum so high that no one can pay it, hopefully, and actively discouraging people from subbing on Twitch as well. Any and all avenues where people could just give me clams, I am just putting the kibosh on. I should have done this a long time ago, but better late than never. Might as well get the farty sharded now. The reason is super simple. I would much rather you keep your money. Use it for yourself or use it for things you deem important, whether it's charitable causes or what have you, but just stop forking it over to me. Now, since posting that video, there's been a lot of questions and even somewhat of a pushback from other streamers.
Yeah, I'll let it play.
About how, like, this sets a bad precedent where it, like, starts to shame other streamers if they don't follow my footsteps here. Let me be clear, I'm not trying to make a rallying cry here. I'm not your dad. You do what you want with your own streams. Keep donations and subs on out the wazoo forever. I don't care. That's your prerogative. This was just my own personal decision. Obviously, that wasn't like the most prevalent take or anything, but it is a conversation I saw stirring about after I posted that video, because there are some streamers that believe that normal people having the ability to give them money helps them feel included in the community, part of the crew, part of the ship, and it's like integral to the streaming experience to be able to like sub and donate and things like that. I've never really shared that perspective. I've always viewed streaming as content that you are providing to viewers for free, and if someone's nice enough to toss you a doubloon, you tip your fedora saying, "Holly jolly, thanks for the Reddit gold, kind stranger," and move on. But it's not.
The notion that like somebody giving somebody like watch time on YouTube is, oh, just take that and give it to somebody else. That's just not how that works. I don't know. That's probably like my first and biggest gripe is like, oh, let's do that.
My first and biggest gripe with this whole situation is anybody who went in his comment section with the thought process of, oh, you're turning your monetization off? Huh, why would you? Anybody that try to turn this into bigger streamer conversation is weird.
Yeah.
Anybody who turned this argumentative, he turned his monetization off and explained why he did it for himself. For you to turn that to a conversation about why you're not turning yours off, get the out your mouth, gang. Like, what? That was my first initial gut feeling. Why is anybody in his comment section quote tweeting, adding him with any counters or any negative, any disagreements with what he's doing with his monetization on his videos? Ridiculous.
Somebody's still getting ads since I see that right
Yeah, thank you for that, actually. Yeah, apparently he's still getting ads, but not donations for anybody that can't see, audio listeners, things of that nature. Yeah, no, I agree 100% with what Damo said. I'm glad he said I'm not your dad, because when it happens, when you're at the top, you do have a standard of setting precedents. It's one of those things, and I say don't copy Kaisenat, but people copy Kaisenat and what he does and certain stream things, the IRL stuff. People copy who's at the top because they desire to be at the top. However, this is one of those things where obviously you copy that, it's not going to do you a good service, not going to do you a good one, right? If literally monetarily. And I think it's unfortunate that people feel attacked by him doing this, and you're kind of like somewhat insecure about yourself and getting paid for your hard work, to the point where someone say, hey, I don't believe I need to get paid for this. I'm good where I'm at. I don't need donations. They can save it. The fact that you feel so insecure about yourself, you gotta get it off too bad about what he's doing is crazy. The only argument is if you do think he's setting a precedent. The best I could give you in that regard is, we know what the public eye is. The public eye respect to a lot of people. I'm obviously a sheep as well in certain regards, if not all of them. But the public can be easily swayed and easily sheep-like. So if a top-end guy isn't taking money, hey, we all shouldn't take money. For my basketball people, pay cuts. And for a lot of you guys, it's all noble and fun and thumbs up when a superstar takes a pay cut, right? So therefore, everybody should take less money for things. But I don't have a problem with streamers getting paid for their work. And I don't have a problem with Charlie not wanting to get paid for his in certain ways for his work. I think this is just should be a nothing burger turned into something burger, stemmed off of people's insecurity and or ill-worded phrases from MoistCr1TiKaL.
The only thing that I would say behind this is one, I would never do that. I'm not doing that. There really is no amount of money. Y'all could ask me that same question I asked y'all. There is no amount of money. Because two, quite frankly, I'll be the one distributing money. If I feel like I've earned enough, or I get to this point where I've earned enough, because I do think there's a point where I feel like I've probably earned enough, I would just start distributing the dollars. That's just me.
You believe in like donating to charities?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I would just start.
I would do things my own way. I personally, this probably shouldn't even say on the internet, I have a lot of trust with certain charities and stuff. So I would like to make impact in my own way, give back to my community, give back to my family. But obviously that can still be seen selfish or anything like that. But most importantly, to be honest, cold, hot take that will really make some high-end people feel insecure, I would pay my staff more. I'm not gonna lie. I would just pay the people that got me here more. I would take care of my people for real.
I think the thing with MoistCr1TiKaL is, though, is that like he has built what people perceive to be the most ideal channel in the world. Like everybody would want a channel like MoistCr1TiKaL's, essentially, because there's not really edits. Like, and if there is any editing, he's mastered the level of editing needed to run this channel. These are the thumbnails.
Yeah,
like
he's another do not study, chat. Just because where he is, not you can study his journey, but he's another do not study his community. We had that stream talking about who has top tier communities. He, without a doubt, is probably
absolutely
probably at the top.
So I wouldn't worry about this or whatever the case may be. Like this is like, you know, you probably couldn't do this. I would be. I know he has some sort of staff. I don't know how large the staff is, especially from like just a content perspective. I know he doesn't have a real staff. There's charities that I trust, if that's what you want to classify them as. There's charities that I do trust with funds. I would also just I'd go to a church. I go to a new church every Sunday and just give them $10,000. Like I don't know. I would do stuff like that, but there's no way that I have this high earning potential, and I know that I can make change with this high earning potential, that I would stop it, and not just continue to just make change everywhere.
I would just, even at bare minimum, I agree 100% with Omar is saying, give back, be charitable, all that.
It does have a
at bare minimum, if you feel people should hold on to their money, use it for better uses, X, Y, and Z, why not just give the money back to the people? At the very least, I'm doing giveaways to the community. I'm giving the money back to people. I'm just blessing I'm blessing people in my community because I'm in this situation to be blessed. And I'm gonna just continue to do that. That's crazy.
To play devil's advocate, and I don't know if he does or not, but to play devil's advocate, wouldn't he kind of be doing that by telling them to keep their money anyway, though? Like, kind of just being like, hey, don't give me your $1. Don't give me your $5 that you probably could have ate with. Don't give me your $20. Don't give me your 100, 500 gifted. Isn't that kind of giving back in its own way?
You can sit there and say the $150 you're saving this year from donating to me in whatever subscription or whatever the case is, that is you getting money back. I would just say that versus me just doing copious amount of $5,000 giveaways to the chat, or however much it is, just continuously giving back to the chat. I would just say that. And I'm seeing people saying all the time, oh, I'm seeing people say, oh, he does it all the time, X, Y, and Z. Keep doing it. I don't know, man. Keep it up, man. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not gonna turn monetization, especially if I'm doing that. I'm not turning monetization off. I'm gonna just give y'all more money, bare minimum.
Yeah, I'm not. Shout out to 4D Shams. I got sidetracked. We had 123K subs.
Boys, we gotta live in a black and white sphere for the net, though. Probably won't make the shorts clip if it is a shorts clip. None of you think it's a bad thing that he's not taking a thing, though, right?
Oh no, that's it. He's made enough money to be happy, and I'm happy for him. And like I said, I'm not gonna find it weird that he's doing something that he wants to do on his platform that's affecting him and his life. Him doing that doesn't change the course of anything for any other creator. At least it shouldn't. And if it does, that is very scary for whoever that creator is.
Yeah, I would just it's a longer conversation. I'd probably say it's more privileged, but I wouldn't say that it's bad, like inherently bad. There's some privilege in there. I just feel like I would have a debt to pay to my community, so that would not allow me to do it. But it's not bad. I wouldn't say it's bad.
Yeah, there'd just be certain projects. For me personally, I would just expedite certain things around the neighborhood or around. I'm being so serious, and I guess this classifies as selfish technically because I'm doing it for loved ones. But I would just off rip just name like maybe 15, 20 people I'd take care of, like to the highest degree before I would even just turn it off.